Hey, you guys. Hey, hey. Am I live? Am I live? I hate tech. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. I'm liking these good morning series, and I'm discovering today there's a reason why I am doing these. Okay, I have my thing going. I have a microphone on. These are good things. I don't know if I'm live. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Let's see what happens here. Let me go somewhere else and just check and see what's going on, because it says I'm live. I can't see my whatchamacallit, my chat. I really would like to chat with you guys. I think the trolls are sleeping. Not really worried about them. But my this good morning series I just started. I did 2 days of it, and it's just incredible what's happening right now. I am live. I am. But I went, oh, there we are. Hi. Well, I did make it. After all. Hi, you guys. I cannot see my chat on my normal channel. So my backup channel, I'm using that as my top channel. Oh God, we're crooked again, aren't we? Hi. Good morning, T-Barb, Marilyn, Chris, Alberta, Robin, Chandar, Deb, Chris. Oh, I saw you. Jackie, Claudia. Yay. I'm here. Aw, Chris. I love you guys. Yes, I made it. I was totally not supposed to make it. So, let's see. I think we're good. I am just going to kind of go ahead here, okay? So some of you guys know I've been doing that Good Morning Sir series, right? Don't you love it? I love it. I love making that for you. And yesterday I introduced my new deck to you guys that I love. The Enchanted Love Tarot. Can we see this? Hello? Why can't we see this? Am I on a oh, there we go. I'm super duper delayed. This is crazy delayed. Hi, Linda. Hi, Robin. Hi, Claudia. So I'm super delayed. So, I'm sorry, we have to be crooked, you guys, because I don't know what to do. So I introduced these beautiful cards to you, and then I don't know if you guys got to the very end of the reading that I did this morning. I just suddenly did a reading on falling in love with the United States of America and what to do. How do we do that? Because it just seems so rough, right? And then today, anyway, I was just flying on that. And so then today, all the craziness happens. Okay, first of all, high five me, yay. I said that once the moon went over the midheaven from our full moon thing, it would go in the 10th house, that things would change. It would be radically different. I also said that when Mars was placed where it is and Donald gets super full of himself, he gets really full of himself and he oversteps his boundaries. Well, we had that full moon in Putin's sector for 2.5 days, and then all of a sudden, over the weekend, today, the afternoon, the moon finally moved into USA, and we're like, whoa, wait a minute, what are you doing? And that's when everybody quit. And then we have the primaries. It was just so nuts. I could not even catch up to it. And so this evening, I'm like trying to catch up. I've got sick people in the house. And I'm like, what the heck? This is nuts. And I almost started laughing because I'm like, this is so insane. This is crazy. Totally crazy. But I just never got upset about it. Like I kind of was like giggly inside, but I just never got upset about it. Oh, and last night before I did that reading, I was just so happy from the inside out. I thought maybe it was our hockey game because it was kind of awesome. But I was so giddy from the inside out that something good had to happen. Well, then again tonight, I'm like, I can't tune into anybody's energies. I feel like I've got like a big, dark, block again, that I'm not allowed to see what's going on. That they figured out I'm too nosy, and I just feel like I'm having all this stuff withheld from me. And then, I don't even know how this, I know, I was thinking about doing the good morning, reading. And I was like, I think I want to do a good morning reading based on love with President Abraham Lincoln. Because it's his birthday, right? And then I could feel like he's like, yeah, I love America. And then he told me he liked that reading that I did. And I'm like, really? Thank you? And so I've just been kind of having this little conversation with Abraham Lincoln. Can you guys still hear me okay? Am I still going? I'm looking at you guys. We all still here? Just let me know. Can you hear me? Oh no. Is everybody still there? Okay. Yes. Yay. Okay, because this is a really good story. And if there's anything I want you to carry with yourselves today, is this awesome story. Oh, and before I decided to do Good Morning Abraham Lincoln, I wanted it to be Good Morning Sanity, because I was like, the world has lost their mind. But, so it's like, Good Morning Abraham Lincoln. And then I could just feel him like, those are some nice charts you got there. I'm like, yes, why thank you. I'm like, what's in my charts? And he was like, go look at your charts. And so I drew up a couple of charts. And you guys know how kind of neurotic I've been. Appropriately so. I've been verified by Abraham. About number 1, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, how rare it is that we essentially haven't had all these big planets, including Uranus and Taurus, since the Bronze Age, since before the Bronze Age. We hadn't had that. And it was just this particular Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. The last one in Capricorn was like 500 years ago, and 500 years ago before that. We are in such a pivotal space. So the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, I've been telling you guys, it's like the universe just yanked the rug out from the Earth's crust, and everything's been thrown up in the air, and we're still trying to figure out where we're going to land. It's that huge and so long lasting. So the Saturn-Pluto conjunction was one thing. And then the other thing I've been worried about is our Pluto return, because life, death, transformation, right? Well, because our natal Pluto, see, what way am I facing here? How much of a delay do I have? Boy, this delay is pretty big. Okay. So, this Pluto return here, I'm sorry, in our natal chart, sorry you guys, our natal Pluto is 27 degrees 33 minutes. And so, it's like right there. Right now, transit Saturn is 26 degrees. I mean, it's right coming up to this Pluto. One thing I appreciate about Saturn being here, that planet of obstacles, structure, is what it does when it goes over a natal planet Pluto, a Pluto that might be too intense, too many highs and lows, because Pluto rules our highest highs and our lowest lows. It sets records. It brings stability to that. Because when I see our Pluto return and knowing that democracies don't really survive for more than 250, 300 years, it makes me really nervous. Well, get this. I looked at Abraham Lincoln's chart like he told me to do. I don't know why I've never looked at it before. Look at this. Are you ready? I'm not afraid, you guys. See his moon? His moon over here. It's over here in the 11th house. This area has to do with your hopes, wishes, dreams, friendship, your innovation, the visionary, the humanitarian. His moon is 27 degrees. I'm teary-eyed when I think about that because his moon is conjunct our natal Pluto. You guys, I'm not afraid. I am not afraid because this is what I got so powerfully. I was just looking at biography.com and this quote just like it hit me between the eyes on how okay we are. Can you hear me? I'm trying not to cry because this is so beautiful. So they say, who was Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States and is regarded as one of America's greatest heroes due to his role as savior of the Union and emancipator of slaves. His rise from humble beginnings to achieving the highest office in the land is a remarkable story. Lincoln was assassinated at a time when his country needed him to complete the great task of reunifying the nation. And that's when I stopped. Because I realized he's back. He's back to reunify the nation. His eloquent support of democracy and insistence that the Union was worth saving embodied the ideals of self-government that all nations strive to achieve. Lincoln's distinctively humane personality and incredible impact on the nation have endowed him with an enduring legacy. He was assassinated at a time when his country needed him to complete the great task of reunifying the nation. He isn't finished. He never was. I have some Abraham Lincoln related stuff in my own personal life. I shared with Jen Lynn Tarot one time when I first went to Washington, D.C. to visit it. And I think around the time Barack Obama was running for his first term. And I didn't know much about that. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? Did I lose you? Okay, here we go. And so I think we were just hearing about him. And I remember visiting my grandpa, who at the time was living at the old soldiers' home in Washington, D.C., where the veterans go live. And actually the old soldiers' home, that house that's there, that was actually built around the time of Lincoln, because that's where the presidents would go in the summertime to go stay there, because I don't know, it was too hot down there or the river smelled. I don't know what, but it's more like on this hilltop. But that's where they would go in the summertime which is now they call the old soldiers' home. But when my grandpa and I took a ride, a tour, and I didn't know where Ford Theater was, but I remember going around the corner, and I had the image of Lincoln, and then I remember the tour guide said, "This is Ford's Theater," and then Lincoln just kind of imparted to me, "We're not done yet." And I was like, okay. And I'm like, not following politics at the time. I don't know anything about history. I'm not a history buff or anything, but he definitely came through. And I was like, okay, we have unfinished business. And so his moon conjunct the United States natal Pluto. He was the great unifier, and in unifying, he was killed. Life, death, transformation. Him telling me, 20 years ago, almost, he had unfinished business. And so, let me bring you to my other chart. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction, when Saturn crossed Pluto, it was sealed. And that was at 11:59 a.m. on January 12th, Sunday. It was set. And Abraham's like, yes, look at that one. Look at that chart. And I'm like, what? Well, the first thing I see is that Venus here is at 28 degrees Aquarius, which makes me so happy because in the U.S. chart, the moon represents the people, and the moon is 27 degrees Aquarius. So this great Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which has to do with structure and power, has cemented Venus in favor for the people of America, her citizens, and is at her back. And then I look closer. The great Saturn-Pluto conjunction, we were restructuring governments worldwide. That was at 22 degrees. Abraham Lincoln, his ascendant, the thing that gives him life. 22 degrees Capricorn. Abraham Lincoln's ascendant is 22 degrees Aquarius. It has some tension here at 22 degrees Capricorn, where it's kind of awakened. His chart is awakened. But when you look at Mercury, it's at 23 degrees Capricorn. It has that semi-sextile angle here, 23 degrees Aquarius. Now we're creating more resonance in waking this up. Waking this up and the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, it's almost as if raising the dead, so to speak, with Lincoln. He's here. He was humming the song, or at least I was humming the song, Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis. He really likes that song. So I was humming it too, but he really likes it. And I think, I don't know, in falling in love with you, it was him falling in love with the United States. Him falling in love with the idea of reunifying this country and finishing the task that he had to finish so long ago. He knew he had to come back and do this, and it's time. What else did we have here? Also, now, I recently did, and I have no idea which lunation this was, but something was the vertex, the opportunity, the coincidences. It was at 12 degrees Sagittarius. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the United States ascendant. Something's going to happen that opens up an opportunity to give life to this chart. And I can't help but wonder if he's oh God, he's nodding. As if I should ask. So things have been woken up here. Things have been woken up. There was another chart he had me draw. You know, I've showed, this is the United States natal chart, the Sibley chart. Oh my gosh, there's so much happening. Okay, there's a thing that we called in astrology called progressed charts. It means that every year you're alive, your sun progresses 1 degree because you've completed that degree. And where are you going to go? Just stay there? No. The natal chart is like a setting event, conditions, and conditions keep evolving. Well, so in 1776, the United States had the sun at 13 degrees Cancer. In 1777, the U.S. chart, the sun was at 14 degrees Cancer, and so on. This happens to everyone. So as we get older, like our sun, whatever sun sign we have, because the conditions keep changing, you know, at least, and there's 30 degrees in each sign, within 30 years, depending on where the sun is, your progressed sun moves into another sign. Okay? And so, and it's really cool because you can trace events that happens in real time related to that progressed chart because it's still alive. So I drew the progressed chart of the United States of America. Our progressed sun is, where is it? It's at 15 degrees Pisces. It's in a nice trine to the sun here. But, you know, the last 15 years, if we've had a lot of hazy confusion, illusionment, disillusionment, fantasy about ourselves as a nation, that would be the sun moving into Pisces. So that would be since like 2005. Things been kind of weird. The progressed moon now is at 20 degrees Capricorn. We had some eclipses. We had an eclipse that occurred at 20 degrees, a full moon eclipse that occurred at 20 degrees Capricorn. 2 days later, we had the great Saturn conjunction. So that means that was, so in like March, our progressed moon is going to be conjunct that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Things change. We, the people, our structure and our power, it's like we're coming into that. It's right on the horizon. The other thing I want to show to you, our progressed north node, that has to do with the path of the sun and the moon, the ecliptical path. The north node, which is associated with the new moon, that's where we progress in life. That's where we're headed to. That's where we're called to. Much like, you know, I talk about our midheaven, how we're called to the our calling of who we are, the thing that keeps pulling to us as we choose our careers and what we do in life. Kind of like that. The north node is at 26 degrees Cancer. I love this. It is opposite transit Saturn, but it is conjunct two very important things. One, our most luckiest part of the chart, the part of fortune, the thing that graces us with good luck, and the vertex. The vertex, again, that is that point, that synchronistic point where it seems like opportunities happen. It's kind of like where the stage is set and then all of a sudden in walks opportunity, in walks coincidences, in walks certain things that are so karmic and so powerful that they're life-changing. It's kind of like a doorway that's open for but a moment. So we are entering our most fortunate part of our chart compared to our natal chart, and with luck and fortune. It's such good news. There's other things here. In the skies above DC, in our progress chart, we have Mars in the 10th house. Mars aggression, Mars fighting. But here's the thing, it's in the sign of Libra. We are all feeling this and seeing this. So Libra has to do with the scales of justice. Fighting for justice, fighting to be heard. We have been, I don't know how long we've been here because Mars has been here for a while. Mars is conjunct Lilith. You guys know Lilith? Asteroid Lilith. Hello, Me Too movement. Hello, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Lilith represents the feminine energy, the feminine who is too, there's a lot of mythology around her, but supposedly she was supposed to be with Adam, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and they were supposed to consummate their relationship, but she didn't want to, do it in the way that Adam wanted her to do it, and she was like, forget it, and she left. And then supposedly I can't even go there. Just weird. So that's about being an outcast. Being too strong. She's associated with so many things. There are so many points and things that are associated with her. But essentially, it has to do with the female that is outcast, the one that is not heard, the one who is yearning to be called to and validated because of her power. Her primal instinct and power. She has had her children taken and brutally murdered. Everything that she's held dear has been taken. And so she's furious and she's angry and everyone ignores her. That's what we have going on above the skies of DC. I want to say, this has been going on for a long time. On top of it, I've been wanting to talk about how, I don't have time to talk about this right now. I'm going to go back, I'll go off into another thing. But there are very pivotal things that are happening, and to the point tonight where I wanted to grab cards and be like, what's going on? I have to know. I just started laughing, and I just felt like Abraham Lincoln was like, well, tornadoes can't run forever. They run out of steam. And that's the impression I had, is that's where we are, especially with this business with Bill Barr and what he's doing. And so in my little talks with Abraham tonight, it's like he's gotten up. He goes to grab his top hat because he's got some unfinished business and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. He's by himself. He doesn't have anybody with him. But it's like he was awakened with the great Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the eclipses that followed. And the one thing that I've loved about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, writing on eclipse energy, is how adaptable and karmic this is. It's not so rigidly set in stone. There's flexibility there, and it will keep ushering in new accountability, because Capricorn is all about accountability, the establishment, getting to our fundamentals, using our resources wisely. If anyone could be the epitome of a stoic statesman who exudes the very best of Capricorn, that's Abraham Lincoln. It truly is. And so his energies are awake with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Oh my gosh, I just got chills. All that he is has been the energies that have come with him. The stream is wide open, and all we have to do is just access it. I just did a reading on how to fall in love with the United States of America, and he shows up not even 24 hours later. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, okay, I'm going to go. I know, T-Barb, I just can't say that word out loud. Yes. She could not be on a mission when she was doing it. That's right. So, oh, Sabres won over the Red Wings. They did? I thought the Red Wings were winning last I checked. Hey, Paul, I love hockey. Where did it go? Okay. So, are we all here? Are we all still on the same page? I just came back to earth and wanted to make sure we're all here. Thanks, Paul. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? I just wanted to share this really awesome story with you guys. And let's see. Should we talk to Abe? He's in a rocking chair, sitting down, yep. What do you want to ask me? So, I don't know. I don't even know where or what to ask him. I feel so confident and happy. With the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, with our progressed USA Sibley chart, I feel like we are going to be just fine, you guys. We're going to be just fine. Okay, so I almost feel silly asking what to... let's see. This is a progressed USA Sibley chart. You guys, I feel so bashful. I feel so bashful. Okay, Abe, show me a card. Show me a card. Oh, this is one thing I wanted to tell you guys. Holy crap. You guys, look at this. Do you see this? Chiron. It's that circle thing here. Our natal Chiron is 20 degrees Aries in 8 minutes. Oh my gosh. So transit Chiron is at 18 degrees Aries. Not only are we having a Pluto return, we're having our Chiron return. You know who Chiron is? Chiron, holy crap. Chiron is the wounded healer. I've talked about this before. I did not know it was in Aries. Boy, do we have a lot of healing that's going on here. Chiron is a wounded healer. It's the master. It's a comet. It's the oh my gosh, totally forgetting that word. You know, in mythology, the guy who's half horse, half man. You know what I'm talking about? That's him. I don't even know what that name is anymore. But anyway, so Chiron is a wounded healer. He was able to heal everyone. The most masterful, gifted healer. But he couldn't heal himself. And so Chiron is where we have the gift to help others. Sometimes I say, someone who's the expert matchmaker, and they set everyone up with their true loves of their lives forever. But it's their wound to heal is that they can't get a date. It doesn't work for them. I mean, that's the pain. That's the wound that you're to heal. So the wound for the United States of America in Aries has everything to do with one's identity and who you are. The first house is everything about I am. So the wound we've carried throughout our entire existence is defining who we are. And right now, we're looking really closely at that. This wound is coming up and it won't go away. Just like hell hath no fury and Lilith above, fighting for liberty and justice and the balance of justice the scales of justice. Now, beneath our feet, we are experiencing the pain of who we are and what we're going to do about it. And our north node is in square, our progressed north node. Don't be afraid of squares, you guys. They are kind of a pain, but it's to create enough tension so you get going and you get off your butt and do something about it. You know, when you just get irritated and annoyed and you just get up and go do something. It's like that. That's what a square does. It provokes you to go do something. And so this tension here in our shared assets of a north node of this is where you go. We have to answer this question. And the great emancipator is here to help us, to reunify us. And so it's good. I am just so not afraid for our Pluto return. We are in such good hands, you guys. We are in such good hands. And so let's ask, where is this now? Where is this? Lincoln was assassinated at a time when his country needed him to complete the great task of reunifying the nation. Oh God, I hope my thing doesn't die. So, President Lincoln, what do we need to do to help reunify our country? You've done it. You did extraordinary. What is it that we need to do to follow in that as we look at our here and here, where we're energized and what we're healing? He wants me to grab the other deck. This deck. The Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I'm so enchanting, you guys, these days. I've got the Everyday Enchantment. I've got the Enchantment Loved. Okay. He's telling me, stop it. Sorry. Because I asked him a question and he wants to answer it. Okay. Okay, I can't shuffle these because they're too big. He's got his eye on one. He's got his eye. Okay. Well, here. This is it. 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 Oh my gosh. Judgment. Stop judging each other. This is what's getting in the way of everything. Just stop the judging. It's okay. People are coping. People are trying really hard to cope. And they might seem crazy. But at any moment, you can just turn around and walk towards the music. Everything there, all the beauty, it's right there. You just simply need to turn around. You have everything you need right now. Everything you need. You have so much you can't even see what you're supposed to need. Cut through that. Cut through that. Get to the heart of it. And when you get into the heart of it, right now, you turn that judgment switch off. That's what the enemy is doing, is getting you caught up in all this confusion to judge everything, that you judge yourself right out of your own existence. Be careful of your judgment. Be careful how you judge and what you judge. Your brain, your mind are your gifts. We have great institutions here, but nobody knows how to judge things properly. They're off running around about everything else. Squirrel. He said squirrel. This is where it all starts. How you use your judgment, how you use your compassion, how you use your compassion for yourself, and how you judge yourself. Starts there. You guys, we have a progressed sun here at 15 degrees Pisces. That's as compassionate of a servant as you can get. We're made for this right now. But in that, we have delusion and confusion in there.